Guys been offering on the channel. If you guys didn't check out the last best flyweight episode we done, it's been a couple of weeks, but it is on the channel. For the last fight of that episode, our fighter got eliminated somehow, some way. I don't understand how we lost the fight. I don't really understand it, but hey, you know, it is what it is. But regardless of that, we're going to be moving on through the quarterfinals today. And we're going to start with the left side of the bracket. We're going to do Benavidez versus Johnson for our first matchup. Like I said, man, I feel like Demetrius Johnson will win this whole tournament. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to hop right into it. We're not going to waste any time. So, as far as where I've been at the last, couple of weeks or whatever else like that, just honestly, I've been, trying to grind the weapons out on COD and everything like that, and just trying to get a feel of Modern Warfare 2, been trying to find some new content to put here on the channel. I know God of War Ragnarok just came out, but we'll see what happens here pretty soon. But regardless of that, man, we got a good fight here. Demetrius Johnson versus I think it's going to be him and Joseph Benavidez, I think. So should be a pretty interesting matchup. So we'll see what happens here. He's got tremendous cardio. He is the type of fighter. But like I said, I definitely appreciate all the support, man. been a crazy last couple of weeks, So like I said, I definitely appreciate the support. And also, if you guys are new to this series, basically the tournament style, I got the idea from Mastermind. He does UFC content on his channel as well. Sorry, you guys. I'm just coming over a cold as of recently, so, if you hear me clear my throat often throughout this video, that's kind of why. But regardless of that, like I said, I got the idea from him. So shout out to Mastermind for the idea. But basically, we came up with the best flyweights that we could match up with each other, and in a quest to see who's the best flyweight of all time. I mean, obviously, the flyweight division hasn't had a lot of people in it per se. I mean, like I said, you have Demetrius Johnson, you have Henry Cejudo, Joseph Benavidez, T.J. Dillashaw, Alexander Pantoja or whatever else like that. You have guys like that, right? But really the flyweight division is one of the, I guess, least looked at divisions. But that's not to say that the flyweight division is a bad division. But anyways, both guys are exchanging early on here, and Joseph Benavidez has to watch his stamina because he's coming into this fight with a disadvantage already. But we've seen crazier things happen, man, like that last fight on our last episode, which if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. Our fighter lost to Pantoja, which shouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. I'm working on a bantamweight fighter as we speak, and here Cejudo's gonna get, or Demetrius Johnson's gonna get a knockdown there. But I expect Demetrius Johnson to close this fight out. I really do. I feel like he's the better striker. I feel like he's the better overall fighter between him and Benavidez. And I mean, so far, Demetrius Johnson has looked really good in this tournament. But like I said, weirder things have happened. But so far they're exchanging really good early on. We got UFC, I think it's 281 coming up here this weekend. Obviously, Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira are headlining that fight. And then you got Carla Esparza and Zhang Weili to go at it for the women's, I think what is that? Strawweight belt? Yeah, the strawweight belt. And then you got Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier. That's going to be another good fight there.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good fight. Good fight card. So we'll see what happens. I obviously go into a lot of the main cards, and I watch the the embedded episodes, because I just love it, man. I love watching the embedded episodes, seeing what the fighters do heading into fight week. Whoever decided to create it, to create the embedded episodes, shout out to them. Hopefully that's something they keep doing moving forward, because it gives the casual fan like myself, well, I'm not a casual fan, I mean, well, whatever. It gives us fans a sort of look into the fight mentality, as Demetrius Johnson gets another knockdown. So far, it's not really looking good for Benavidez, and if that kick right there would have connected, he probably would have been out. I'm sorry. You catch a kick to the head by Demetrius Johnson, you're gone. You're gone, bro. But we'll see what happens in this fight right here. Like I said, weirder things have happened. But if I'm Demetrius Johnson, I'm looking to close this fight out, because I mean, so far he's looked the best in this tournament. Like he's really looked good in this tournament so far. And he's just throwing jabs that aren't even landing, wasting pivotal stamina there. But Benavidez gonna check a leg kick from Johnson there. Joseph Benavidez does have the height advantage, but Demetrius Johnson has that 1-inch reach advantage. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, both of them are exchanging pretty good early on. Like I said, I expect Demetrius Johnson to win the whole thing. I really do. I believe, in my opinion, Demetrius Johnson is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Top 5, maybe top 10. I don't know. Like I said, there are a lot of good fighters throughout history. I mean, a lot of people consider, John Jones to be the greatest of all time, which I don't. No disrespect to John Jones. I mean, arguably undefeated, if he didn't get that DQ loss early in his career. But I just feel like his out of the octagon incidents, I mean, and a lot of people say, well, it doesn't determine how good of a fighter he is, or it doesn't determine his legs. That's bullshit. If you look at sports as a whole, not only what you do, in your profession, it's what you do out of your profession is how people look at you. It's your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Just take Michael Jordan, for instance, right? A lot of people consider him the GOAT of the NBA, right? But a lot of people don't really consider him the GOAT because of his gambling problems, or the fact that he was a dick to his teammates, or whatever else like that. But you cannot deny that he's never been in any sort of legal trouble. You know what I'm saying? Other than the divorce with his wife, Michael Jordan's never really been in legal trouble. I mean, when you look at a guy like Tom Brady, arguably the GOAT in NFL, he's never really been in any sort of legal trouble other than this recent conundrum with Gisele Bündchen, right? Man has 7 rings. Greatest of all time. But like I said, John Jones arguably is one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. And it's not looking really good for Demetrius Johnson right now because he hasn't closed out his fight. And uh-oh, that leg's in trouble. Uh-oh. Joseph Benavidez has got Demetrius Johnson on the ropes, man. We'll see what happens here. We will see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, like I said, man, I would put Demetrius Johnson maybe top 5. Just because his dominance just wasn't in the UFC. He carried it over into one championship where he's actually a champion right now as I'm recording this video. So shout out to Demetrius Johnson, man. The guy, one of the greatest fighters of all time. I mean, obviously, you know, you got George St. Pierre, you got Khabib. I mean, you got, you know, like I said, you got John Jones, you got, you know, Demetrius Johnson. I mean, there's like a lot of good fighters, a lot of great fighters throughout the UFC and their history. But you know, Anderson Silva is a common one that pops up. We'll see what happens here, man. Sorry to get sidetracked. You know, I'm not really focused on the fight too much, but I just, you know, I like to kind of break down, you know, different things in the UFC world, and, you know, just cover the fight as stuff happens. But so far it's been very uneventful. I mean, you know, Demetrius Johnson, you know, he got his leg rocked in this fight. I mean, but so far, oh my God, if Demetrius Johnson would have landed that kick, bro, Benavidez would have went to the ground. I'm sorry, bro. Demetrius Johnson has to close out this fight because his stamina is not looking good. And, uh-oh, Demetrius Johnson's rocked. We'll see what Joseph Benavidez does. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. One good swift kick to the head of Demetrius Johnson, and he might be gone. He might be gone. But like I said, we've seen weirder things happen here. Weirder things have happened. But so far, early on, both are exchanging pretty good. But, I mean, Demetrius Johnson, I mean, he came into this fight looking really good. And now, you know, and like I was saying in the previous episodes, the stamina carries over into the next fight. And their damage and everything else. Everything carries over into the next fight. So that way no fighter comes in there, you know, fresh all the time. It's just a matter of who can, you know, manage their stamina, who can, you know, manage their damage control the best. And we'll see what happens here. I mean, I'm thinking Johnson won this fight. I mean, it has to be. It has to be Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. If Joseph Benavidez wins this fight, this is a highway robbery. Just like my creative fighter, I don't know how he lost versus Pantoja, but hey, you know, we'll see what happens here. But I'm thinking Demetrius Johnson had to win this fight. What? How? How, bro? That is crazy. Oh my, bro, this is a robbery. This is a robbery. I'm trying to tell you guys. But anyways, we're going to move on to our next fight. TJ Dillashaw versus John Dodson. Should be another good fight. We'll see what happens in this one. Man, so far, this tournament has been a robbery. I mean, honestly.
It's a flyweight matchup between TJ Dillashaw and John Dodson.
Yeah, this fight, this tournament has been a robbery so far. Oh my God. Bro, why is this tournament like this, bro? Oh my God, I don't understand it. I really don't, but we're gonna continue on with this tournament, bro. But yeah, we got TJ Dillashaw versus John Dodson here. Both of these fighters are actually coming in here, you know, both of them fresh on stamina. So, but I'm looking at TJ Dillashaw in this fight. I mean, you know, to close this fight out, And I believe this fight right here, or I believe the whole tournament, there's no grappling. It's just straight up striking and, you know, kickboxing and everything like that. I don't really know a lot about John Dodson, but I can tell you that TJ Dillashaw probably is the better fighter out of the two. Yeah, TJ Dillashaw, man, widely regarded as one of the greater bantamweight fighters. I know this is a flyweight tournament, but I mean, he has moved down the flyweight before, I think. So, you know, shout out to TJ Dillashaw. I mean, you know, he's one of the better bantamweights of all time, but I mean, obviously, Dominic Cruz, I feel like, is the better bantamweight between him and TJ Dillashaw. I mean, I could do, you know, my greatest fighters of all time throughout each division, you know, of all time, like I said. I mean, starting with flyweight, I mean, obviously Demetrius Johnson is the greatest flyweight of all time. Like, it's not even close. Henry Cejudo probably comes in at a close second. Maybe Figueiredo is in third, maybe. I could be, you know, missing some fighters there in that flyweight division, but those are just some of the guys that I could think of, you know, in that flyweight division. We got 3 people watching the video. What's up? Appreciate everybody stopping by.
One minute to go here in the opening round.
So 1 minute has passed by. Both fighters are still exchanging early. But I mean, both fighters are doing a really good job of conserving their stamina. You know, so we'll see what happens in this one. But like I said, I expect TJ Dillashaw to close this fight out. Obviously, he's not going to be able to use his grappling to finish this fight out. Maybe I should have put grappling on, but I just didn't want, you know, I didn't want there to be this whole grappling, like, heavy approach. But I mean, grappling is an integral part in a fighter's subset, so maybe for the next tournament we'll add the grappling in there as well. But so far, I mean, you know, both fighters are looking really good, but like I said, I expect TJ Dillashaw to win this fight. But I expected Demetrius Johnson to win the last one, and we've seen what happened with that. So, you know, we'll see what happens here. But so far, I mean, TJ Dillashaw is looking good. I believe this tournament is based off who does the most amount of damage, and no lie, you know, Benavidez was getting that leg of Demetrius Johnson pretty good, so maybe the judges like leg damage, question mark, parentheses, apostrophe, whatever, I don't know. But so far, TJ Dillashaw, you know, I feel like we'll win this fight. Throwing jabs early on. Both fighters are conserving their stamina, like I said, pretty good. A lot of kicking going on, leg kicks. But yeah, so those are just some flyweights that I can name off the top of my head. As far as the bantamweight division is concerned, like I said, I have Dominic Cruz as the greatest bantamweight of all time. You know, just his road. I would say if he didn't get those injuries, you know, in his career, those knee injuries, he would probably be the clear-cut favorite. I can see why people put TJ Dillashaw up there, but I don't know. I just feel like, you know, Dominic Cruz was just a better bantamweight champion, in my opinion. So that's why I put him up there. Then I'd probably put TJ Dillashaw in at second. You know, then maybe in at third. I know this is going to be kind of controversial. Maybe Cody Garbrandt. Maybe Aljamain Sterling, if he can keep up that level of, you know, just kind of defending his belt, you know, and those dominant wins, you know, or whatever else. But I don't know. Maybe that's controversial. Y'all let me know what y'all think down there in the comment section below, who y'all have as y'all's top 3 bantamweights of all time. But that's just kind of my little list there. Really, to be honest, that whole list can be flipped, you know. But you know, that's just in my opinion. 5 seconds left in this round. You know, so far both of these guys are just slugging it out. Oh my God, they're telling TJ Dillashaw to take his opponent down, but he can't. But anyways, I mean, both fighters are looking very messed up, not gonna lie. You know, kind of a toss-up at this point. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, TJ Dillashaw, he's got to close this fight out, man. He's got to close it out for me, you know what I'm saying? I kind of expected him to go in here and put John Dodson on the floor, but so far, that has not happened. Last round to make something happen. We haven't really had a lot of knockouts. It's just been decisions as of late. But I fully expect that to change heading into the next round, because a lot of fighters are going to go in there, head all damaged and stamina all low and everything like that. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. At this point, it's just a stamina management game as of right now, and also seeing who can take the less amount of damage. That's really what it's about at this point. That's the game. That's the game. You know what I'm saying? But both of these fighters, their faces are just obliterated right now. Oh, what a beautiful jumping switch kick by John Dodson there. Good knees, good kicks here from both fighters.
Great punch landed with so much power.
But yeah, both fighters are
in range with the straight left, but that's a miss.
Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man.
Outstanding.
Both fighters are exchanging early on here pretty good.
Under a minute now to go in the fight. Oh, tagged him with that right hand. What a strike that was.
What a strike that he is landing.
I mean, like I said, it's definitely a toss-up at this point. I mean, like I said, we've seen weird things happen here. And now John Dodson's right leg is pretty damaged. If I'm TJ Dillashaw, I'm attacking that.
20 seconds to go in the fight.
But so far, nobody has really been in danger, per se. But I don't know, man. I just feel like for some weird reason, John Dodson is going to win this fight.
All right, let's look back at some of the action, DC. They go the distance tonight, but you got to think
I just feel like John Dodson won this fight. I mean, literally both of their faces are just, oh my God, what a knee by TJ Dillashaw there. I'm surprised he didn't really finish the fight, though. TJ Dillashaw. I'm surprised he didn't finish it. Oh my God, bro. TJ Dillashaw's face is terrible. I mean, both of them are really messed up bad.
30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, TJ.
Okay, so yeah, TJ Dillashaw is going to win the fight. He's going to move on in the next part of our tournament. So, in the, I guess, conference finals, you can call it, it's going to be Joseph Benavidez and TJ Dillashaw. So now we move on to our next subset of fights. We got Tim Elliott versus Luis Smolka, and then for our next fight and our last fight of this video, we're gonna have Davison Figueiredo versus Alex Pantoja. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the Elliott Smolka fight. Should be a good one, man.
Coming up next, we get to a flyweight tilt between Tim Elliott and Luis Smolka.
We'll see what happens in this one. Like I said, you know, don't really know much about the two fighters. The flyweight division, I don't, you know, really know a lot about, other than, you know, Demetrius Johnson, Henry Cejudo, you know, Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo, you know, all those, you know, fighters, you know, but, you know, probably our next tournament, we're going to move on to the bantamweight division to see, who, you know, who's going to be the better fighter in the bantamweight division. What I might do is take the winners of, I guess, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. You know, because there's 8 divisions. So yeah, what I might just do is take the winner or the 2 finalists in each division and put them in a all-time bracket, like who the greatest of all time is, and see who comes out on top. So for example, we'll have 2. I don't know how we're gonna do it. I'm trying to figure out an idea that will work for the tournament, but we'll see what happens. Once we get through all of it, you know, I'll go on ahead and write down each fighter's and or each fighter, and we'll see what happens. But the idea is just to see who the greatest fighter of all time is. But so far, both of these guys are exchanging here early on. And the rounds are actually going by really, really fast. I put on the accelerated time clock just so that way we can fly through these fights and not have them, you know, drag out really long or whatever else like that, because I don't really want you guys getting fatigued throughout the fights, you know. Mainly this video is just to serve as like background noise, you know what I'm saying, for whatever it is that you're doing throughout the day, you know what I'm saying. If you're doing some homework and, you know, you want to hear my voice, I don't know if that's something you guys are interested in, but if you guys want to hear my voice, then hey, you know, you can watch some UFC background gameplay. And Tim Elliott is on the ropes, man. We'll see what happens here. But so far, both of these guys are just throwing at one another, man. But so far, it's not looking good for Elliott. I feel like Smolka won that first round. Oh my God, beautiful roundhouse kick to the head there by Smolka. So far, Smolka is just throwing a lot of good stuff that Elliott's not really prepared for. Spinning back fist miss for Smolka there. But yeah, so far, both of these guys are exchanging early on, and it's looking pretty crazy. I've been hearing a lot of news that UFC 5's probably not even going to come out for a long time, which is kind of disappointing because we've had UFC 4 for like, what, 3 years now? Like 2 or 3 years now? They're kind of, I guess they're kind of taking like the GTA 5 approach to it, where they're just updating it with new fighters and, you know, adding, you know, new things to the game or whatever else like that or whatever. But at this point, EA, I mean, Battlefield 2042 was a fuck up. Y'all might as well go ahead and release UFC 5. I mean, bro. And Smoker is just putting it on, bro. Oh my god. I mean, hey, if one beautiful roundhouse kick connects, I'm pretty sure Elliot's going to the ground. I'm sorry. Oh, if that kick would have connected, oh my god, that would have been deadly. Well, so far, I mean, I got Smoker winning this one. I mean, he's just dropping Elliot to the ground. I mean, he's doing more damage. But like I said, I mean, I thought I was going to win that fight. My creative fighter was going to win between me and Pantoja, but you know, y'all seen what happened in that fight.
He's able to slip the left there.
But you know, it is what it is, you know. Like I said, I'm working on a bantamweight fighter as we speak. And he will be in our next tournament, I'm sure. He will be in our next tournament.
So he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical,
but so far, like I said, oh my god, Smoker's gonna get rocked now. Uh-oh. Elliot's trying to claw back in this one. Elliot's got to watch his stamina though. You know, if Elliot's gonna look to move on. Oh my god, a beautiful uppercut by Smoker to close out the fight. Oh my god, let's take another look at that. Oh my goodness, he just put Elliot to the ground, man. That was a beautiful, that uppercut could not have been timed any better. I mean, just look, bang, oh my god, that was, woo! That was a damn good uppercut. That was a damn good uppercut, man, and Elliot just went to the ground, bro. Good fight for Smoker there. I mean, he's actually moving on, man. You know, so far, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knockout or 5 TKOs or 5 KO TKOs, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decisions so far. So I mean, it's kind of a toss-up between the two, but we move on in our next and final fight of this episode. Figueiredo versus Pantoja. We'll see what happens in this one. I expect Figueiredo to close this one out. I hope he does, because Pantoja is a bitch for winning that fight between me and him. He shouldn't have won that fight, but hey. That argument can be made for another day. But today is not that day, so we're going to move on in this one. Should be a good one. Both fighters coming in here actually pretty fresh. Uh-oh, that leg is already rocked from Pantoja. If I'm Figueiredo, bro, I'm targeting that leg. He's limping on it, literally. He is limping on that leg, bro. Like, literally, I mean, I don't know if I damaged that leg pretty bad in the last episode, which I'm pretty sure I did. But, and that's his lead leg, too. That's that lead leg. He's got to target that lead leg. Figueiredo's he's got to target that, man. Oh, yeah, he's starting it. He's starting it. Let's see what he does. Hopefully, Pantoja throwing those leg kicks will incentivize Figueiredo to do the same. And uh-oh. If Figueiredo cannot close this fight out with a TKO, a KO or a TKO, I have lost all faith in Figueiredo at this point. I have lost all faith in Figueiredo at this point if he cannot close this fight out with a KO TKO. Uh-oh. Figueiredo just short on the leg kick there, but so far, you know, Pantoja, he's holding his own. He's holding his own, and that leg is not looking good for him, though. I mean, literally, you could see the damage that leg has taken. But so far, both fighters are exchanging early on.
Blocks that strike.
There's no tell on that leg kick.
Come on, Figure Eighter. You got to know that that leg is compromised. There you go. Throw an inside leg kick. Come on, man. Throw some... Bro, if that would have been me, I would have been targeting that leg. It wouldn't have even been close. I would have been targeting that leg, son. He would have been out of here within 30 to 45 seconds if I would have been in there with him.
All right, so a nice straight punch there after he caught the leg. He decides to punch out as opposed to going for
So far, I mean, Pantoja, he's keeping his distance. He's checking those leg kicks that Figure Eighter has thrown so far. Uh-oh, inside leg kick. Oh, that leg is compromised, bro. You gotta go in there, Figure Eighter. What are you doing, bro? Are you like slow or something?
Oh, and he caught the kick.
Catches that leg kick from Pantoja there.
Misses with that punch.
5 seconds left in the first round.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round 1.
Wow. You should take your opponent down. No takedowns in this fight. No takedowns in this tournament. Oh, beautiful spinning heel kick by Davison Figueiredo. Uh-oh, come on, man. One more beautiful leg kick should get Pantoja out of here, bro. I know I'm salty because Pantoja got us out of there. Uh-oh, and that's it. That's it. That leg couldn't take no more damage, baby. That leg couldn't take no more damage, and that's going to close it out. Davison Figueiredo is going to move on to the conference finals where he faces Luis Smolka. And then we have Joseph Benavidez versus TJ Dillashaw in our conference finals on our other side of the bracket. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all did, y'all drop a like, y'all subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that way you don't miss a video in our next or with our next video. So in our next one, who do y'all got? Who do y'all got? I think Dillashaw and Figueiredo. I think TJ Dillashaw and Davison Figueiredo are going to move on to headline our next fight. So we'll see what happens. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all already know what to do. And as always, y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, always have that Mamba mentality, and I'll check you guys out in our next video. Peace out.